Hello students, so this is the second video of this chapter, that is flow of heat. So in the first video we have discussed about the conduction, the first mode of transfer of heat. So this is the second, that is convection. So as per the definition, so what is convection? So no doubt this convection is a little bit having difference from the conduction. So it is the process of transfer of heat. It is the process of transfer of heat in which heated molecule of liquid themselves move to carry heat from the hot to the cold region. So remember, earlier in the conduction it was the molecules which are going to transfer the heat to the next molecules which are present in their vicinity, whereas in this method of, or in this process of transfer of heat, the molecule which get heated up is going to the other direction. It is going to carry heat with themselves and going to the colder region. So the molecule itself are going to transfer the heat. They are moving basically. So to understand this concept, so I have a beautiful example for the conduction and convection. So let us take an example that if you want to give a book to a student in your class. So in the conduction, so let us say you are sitting at the first bench and the person whom you want to give your book is sitting at the last bench. So in between there are many students are also sitting. So what you will do in the conduction mode, like an example of conduction, so you are going to give the book to the second bench student, then second bench student will give to the third bench. So this way you are going to reach, the book will going to reach the last student of your row. So this is basically conduction. So in conduction also molecules are transferring the heat in this manner, giving one to the other, then second will give to third, like this. But in the convection, if you want to understand the convection method, so here you can take the example like this. So it is like you want to give the book to the last bench student. So what you will do, you will simply stand up from your seat and just go to that your friend or that student sitting at the last bench and you directly giving book to him. So this is like in this method of transferring of heat, the molecules are going themselves, they are moving to carry the heat, not transferring the heat to the next molecule. No, not like this. So this is basically convection. Now remember, for the convection there are certain conditions that medium, the convection will take place in the fluid only, not in solid, but it will take place in the fluid only. So fluid may be liquid or fluid may be gases also. So in liquid or gases only, this convection transfer of heat method will take place. So what is there, that hot fluid, that is liquid or gas, will move upward and cold fluid will sink downward. So this is the point you have to remember. The hot air or liquid will move upward and the cold liquid or air will go downward or sink downward. So this is convection. Now this is the activity to show you the convection. So it is given in your book basically. So let us see. So you can see in this picture we are providing heat to the water. So water is there in the beaker and we have placed one chemical, that is potassium permanganate. So this is potassium permanganate. Now when we are applying heat, so the potassium, the hot water, so the water which is there in the touch of this beaker at the bottom will start rising up, because you know very well. So what is the reason, I am going to tell you later on. So it will, the potassium permanganate with this hot water, it will dissolve and the potassium permanganate crystal will be dissolved in the hot water and the hot water will rise up. So the colored water will rise up and you can see it is going up. Then this water is going toward the right and then going toward the downward direction. So like this. So this circle will form like this. So onto the both sides. Here also the circle will form. So this is the observation we will notice when we are going to do this setup. So this is basically showing you the process of convection, that the hot water is moving upward, carrying the heat. They are moving upward, and yes, when they are moving upward and going right side or left side, so they are cooling themselves, they are getting cooled, and then they are sinking downward like this. So this whole process will go in a form of circle like this. Okay, so let us observe this particular activity, same activity in the live form. So let us see this. So here we can use round bottom flask in which water is there. So now we are going to add the crystal of potassium permanganate. So likewise, as you can see, so potassium permanganate is purple in color. Remember, it is having purple color. So here we have added the crystal of potassium permanganate. Now we will we will fire this burner, or you can use candle also. So what we will see, that when this bottom water is getting heated up, so the potassium permanganate will start dissolving in it, because hot water allows more dissolving of potassium permanganate. So you can see this water is now rising, colored water, basically hot water, it is rising upward like this. So it is going up. So at the same time, when it is going up, so it is going to cool also. So you can see it is going right and left side, and then it is basically dipping. Why it is dipping or sinking down? Because when it is going upward, so it is basically cooling, and cool water is basically heavier and hot water is basically lighter. Remember this thing. So that is why when it goes upward, so it basically cool down, the water molecules become cool down, and it spread also. And then when it cool down, so it become heavy and it will sink again to the downward direction. So this is the video basically to just tell you about the convection. So now let us understand this process once again. So process of convection of heat in liquid. So how this process basically happen? So remember, this is the very crucial point for the convection concept. Remember, liquid expand on heating. This we have already studied in the previous lecture, previous chapter I would say. So liquid expand on heating. So that means their volume is going to increase. So when liquid is going to expand, so obviously their volume is going to increase. So remember, when volume is going to increase, so density of that liquid is going to reduce, because density is mass upon volume. So volume is basically increasing, so which is inversely proportional to the density. So if volume increases, then density of the liquid or any substance will decrease. So when density decrease, that means they are going to become lighter. So what will happen? So when we are heating the water, so the water which is getting direct heat at the bottom of flask, it is becoming heated, it will heat it up, and yes, it will become lighter. So lighter water will go up, as you can remember that experiment. So lighter water, which is colored because of the KMnO4 or potassium permanganate, so it will go up. Now when the rising water is hot, no doubt, so molecules are vibrating more faster. When they are moving up, so what will happen? They will give the heat to the other particle, other molecules also, and ultimately when this particle, the hot particle of water or molecule of water, when they go up, so they will lose heat to the surrounding also. So ultimately they will cool down, and when this water molecules are going to cool down, so they become heavy. So this cold water, which is now present at the top side, will become heavy, then it will start sinking downward. So when it will again come downward, it will again get heat. So this way a cycle will form. Water is moving upward, then coming downward, then moving upward. So like this, a current, circular current will develop. This current is basically known as convection current. So let us observe this activity in this particular diagram. So here you can see, as the water is heated, so it is become light and it is going up. So when it is going up, it is giving heat to the other molecule. So when it is coming at the surface, this water, hot water, which is earlier hot, so it is going to cool now, because it is going to lose heat. So similarly, it is spreading onto the side of this tumbler, and when it is spreading, again cooling will be there. So after cooling, it will become dense and it will sink down. So again it is going to the bottom. Now when it come to the bottom, again the heat is going on, so heat will again make it lighter. So this way, this whole water turbulence will be created, and this cycle will be formed. So the cycle will be like this: the hot water, then cold water, hot water. So this circle will form. So this circle or current is basically known as convection current. So this is basically occurred. So this is the process of convection which take place in water. Hope you understand this concept of convection. Now we will understand the convection in gases. So the very good example of convection in gases or air is sea breeze and land breeze. So these are the wind which are blowing at coastal areas. So normally the coastal area feel two type of breezes. These are sea breeze and land breeze. So let us understand what is this sea breeze and land breeze. No doubt these are the convection currents only, and in the air basically. So let us see this diagram. So first one is the top picture is basically the picture of sea breeze. So normally what happen, so what is sea breeze? I am going to tell you about this. What is sea breeze in this particular slide. So sea breeze are basically the cool breeze. So these are cool sea breeze which are the wind blown at coastal area during daytime. Remember this diagram is showing you the daytime as sun is there. So this sea breeze are the breezes so which is coming from sea to the land during daytime. So these are called as cool sea breeze or sea breeze, remember. Whereas there is second breeze that is known as land breeze. So what is land breeze? So land breeze, again these are also cool. So these are cool land breeze which are flowing at the night time, remember, and the direction is from the land toward the sea. So land breeze are moving from the land toward the sea, whereas sea breeze are moving from the sea toward the land. Remember, for sea breeze it should be it will happen in the daytime, and land breeze will happen in the night time. Now what is the concept behind this sea breeze and land breeze? Again the concept is same, that is convection. Now let us see this phenomena. So remember, in the sea breeze, let's see this example of picture again. So remember, during the daytime, now this concept is very important. Now during the daytime, what happened? The land part, so this is the land part, so this will heat it up more rapidly than the water. So what we can say, during the daytime, this part is very hot as compared to the water. So the air present in near the land, because of the heating up of land, the air will also get heated up, and this air will become light. Because of the heating, this air which is present near the surface, land surface, will become light because it is warm now, and because of lighter in weight, it will rise up. It will go up. So similarly, onto the water side, here the wind or the air which is present on the surface of this sea is heavy because it is cool. So now what we will see, that here, because no air is present, because air has risen up, so here low pressure will produce. This area will become low pressure, and this area is now high pressure. So the air will move from the sea to the land from high pressure to low pressure, like this. So this is basically sea breeze which is coming in daytime because of the more heating up of the land. Now the air which is heated up and risen up over here is this place. So this will go onto this direction. So this marking, you can see this red color arrow is basically representing the hot warm air which is going from this area to the sea area up in the atmosphere. And this is the surface phenomena. I mean, this is the air or wind blowing in onto the surface of the earth, and this is the wind which is blowing on into the atmosphere, very much high in the atmosphere. So this is basically the pattern which is there in the sea breeze. Now in the case of land breeze, which take place in the night time, what happened during the night? Remember, the land surface cooled down rapidly. So it heated up rapidly and it cooled down also rapidly as compared to the water. Now here water is warm and land is cool. This is totally opposite position. Now what will happen? So because water is warm, so the air present near to the surface of water, that is sea, will get this heat and it will become light and it will rise up. Now this area become low pressure, and ultimately this area air is in high pressure position. So air will move from high pressure to low pressure now in this direction onto the surface part. So the air, yellow color arrow you can see. So this is the movement of air from the land toward the sea during the night time. So this is basically land breeze. Now the air which has risen up, which is hot air, warm air, so it will go in that direction like this. So this whole current or whole circle will produce like this. So this is convection current. So this is the case of land breeze. So earlier we have seen sea breeze. So this is again due to uneven heating of the land and water. These direction of wind will be there. And yes, in the daytime it is sea breeze. That means winds are coming from seaside. And in the evening or in the night it is land breeze, in which the direction of wind is from the land area like this. So this is the basically concept of sea breeze and land breeze. Now, what are the application of convection? So remember, I have told you that air after getting heated up or water after getting heated up become light and they will rise. So similarly, because the air which is becoming light after heating, so they will rise up. And yes, that is why in our room also, in classroom, even in our bedroom or living room, we provide ventilation, vent. So we provide exhaust window. So these exhaust window are kept high up on the walls so that the warmer air which we breathe out normally, so it will become lighter and it will go out from this exhaust window. And similarly, the fresh air will come from the door and window, normal windows, to replace that hot air. So like this. So that is why proper ventilation can be provided in our rooms with the help of this phenomena of convection. So that is why exhaust windows are basically placed above the, high up on the walls like this. So this is the application of convection. So next topic of radiation we will take in the next video.